Welcome back, friendlies and non-friendlies. How's everybody doing? It's been a long while coming. The Goon season has been postponed for about a month or so. I had to get a little break from it, and then I just got excited to play it again. So, also there's been like some sort of glitch with this game to find out a debug mode, and it's been out for a decent while. I knew that because there is a new game plus glitch. I knew there was some other glitches because there's a lot of variants that you can get. I've been trying it like for the past couple of days. I haven't been able to get it myself. It's always good for the soul to come back. Ooh, wait a minute, I gotta adjust this real quick. It's gonna be out of sync, the audio, until I adjust this. So welcome back to the survival challenge. I don't remember what we're doing at all. It's been a long time. I know we're not doing item stops. I know we're not doing what else are we not doing? I know whenever we lose a party member, we have to like gamble how many items we toss away. There we go. Oh, you son of a shit. Give me. Okay. So, no item stops. Charms can be bought. Blah, blah, blah. Distance, characters, HP. Game over. Game over. That's the one that I stopped doing, bro. We're not gonna do. I don't know. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna have fun for the most part. We're trying to use Congo. I'm trying to get Congo strats. I'm also gonna try to use Miro. Hey, what up? Got all the old participants from the old continent. Drake the Bandit. What they're really saying is they want some changes done to the game. Not just graphically, not just literaturely, not just voice acting. They want actual game changes. I can't read what the hell it says. I think I just lied and I have to do this again. Yeah, he's gonna call me the fishy people, you son of a bitch. I'll show you fishy. Yeah. Okay, come here. Oh my god. A just complete massive makeup touch. That would be dope too. But that is not what I want. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell any of this says. Please take me to the left. Ah. Don't worry about it. We'll get where we need to go. Nice. Nice. Also, somebody mentioned that I really appreciate the kind comments that I do get. Because again, they don't come that frequently. I want to go to the left. Take me to your leader. Woo! Okay. Don't talk to the fisherman. Ah! Okay. No! What is this? Bullshit! Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh my god, please talk to the dude, please. Just it's been a minute. Congo, what is that? SP. If we can take Congo fishing if we get this. Why not? Why not? I might do it. I'm here. Okay, how do I get out of here? Okay, nice and easy. I'm gonna go up and to the right. Up and to the right. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I hate everything. And you know the worst thing about this? I'm gonna have to go through 30 to 40 minutes of cutscenes. I can't believe it's the... I swear this happens to me every single time. Every single time. Get up there, you piece of shit. Is that a like a picture of the Lohand by Rose? It's something, I don't know what it is. I'm just guessing Lohan, but I can't tell. A lot of people want things like choosing multiple editions in mid-battle and this and that. Let's talk about remake points. If the game goes the remake route, it's no way that it's going to stay turn-based. It doesn't necessarily have to stray too far from its roots, you know, with the timed edition presses. Even if it does go live action RPG style. See, instead of doing a wait and press when the overlap appears approach that we do here, what if instead you just reverse that and you do a hold and release? Best way to re-innovate editions, so that way the player does have more control because they have to initiate the start of every move, and it'll become more like a fighting game in that aspect, or more just like an action RPG type of game in that aspect. But how would counters work in that scenario? Because if you're holding a button, I say is if it were a fighting game or like just a very hard game, they would be more willing to make a player press multiple buttons at the same time. But games in modern times, they're afraid of making the player press multiple buttons at once. Yeah, unless it's a fighting game. I don't know why. It's like they're so afraid that the casual player won't be able to perform or pull something off that they make it simplified and they have a lot of actions play out by themselves. Whereas in the old times, in the old games, you know, pressing multiple buttons was, you know, that was part of the fun. It's like finding out which combination of buttons and then finding out something that wasn't in the manual or something that, you know, wasn't in a tutorial. Stuff like that was hype. But nowadays it's just like, okay, just press, you know, the shoulder buttons, just press this button, press that button, press this button. Everything is a single button, you know, as simplified as it can possibly be, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I just, you know, it feels like a common practice. How I forgot. Okay. Remember, you got that, dude. Wait. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Dragoon, we're gonna kill him. Because this guy can petrify. Get him out of here, out of here. Yeah, well, what would you think about that? Hold and release. There would be no overlay layout in this scenario. Everything would be visual cues from the character's animation, and that would just be the end of that. It would just all be visual cues. But knowing today's standards, what they would probably do, god damn it, Congo. What they would probably do is have like an exclamation mark, or like they'll like show like giant words on the screen or something to try to give the player the best chance to succeed, and you know they'll that'll be interesting. That's just how I see how it would pan out in a remake if they wanted to go that route, because I think there's 0% chance that it stays in turn-based unless they just do something incredible and just like reinvent the turn-based genre. That's the only other way that it's going to stay turn-based. They have to completely reinvent the wheel. I should save it. Okay, this save doesn't count. I'm only saving it because the game freezes. And also, fuck that challenge. We'll wait on buying stuff because we still need items and stuff. I mean, money. We need money. We need some money. And not go the copycat route of, well, hey, they did it this way. I think that means we can also try to do it this way. As long as they don't go the copycat route, I'd be happy to see it. But it's because of that that I would like to see a remaster instead. I'll continue after this.
神木樹とはすなわち生命の木。すべての生命は神木樹から生まれたのです。はじめ、世界は虚無で満ちていました。そこに天から舞い降りたのが創造主ソア。彼は従者と共に天地を創造していきます。その最後にソアは大地に一粒の種をまき、種は見る間に育ち一本の大樹となりました。大樹は108の実をつけ、熟した実からさまざまな生命が誕生しました。こうして108の種族が創造され、生命に満ちた世界となったのです。役目を果たし終えた神木樹ですが、今もソアの封印に守られていると、そう伝承されています。
It's just not the same, man. That one's just not the same. I need to hear the tree soon became a great tree. I need to hear that. Without getting that one, it just feels like something's missing.
Dragoon 戦役の伝説にはドラグーンなる7人の戦士が登場する。ドラグーン、ドラゴンの化身と謳われた者たち。ドラゴンを従え、ドラグーンたちは果敢に戦ったという。だが伝説が現実であったこの時代、有力人は神をも支配しておった。時の指導者メルブ・フラーム、彼の祈りに神は応え、その力を振るった。神の豪華に焼かれ、聖帝グロリアーノの大地は焦土と化した。人々の怒りと悲しみ、それを糧にドラグーンは戦い続ける。そしてついに神を解放せしめたのだ。神の力を失った有力人は滅ぶ。我々、つまり人間の時代が到来した。神はその後に天空に浮かんだ。以来1万1000年、天空より世界を見守っておるのだ。沈まぬ月となって。なぜ神は奴を生み出したのか。黒き魔物。奴は伝説にさまざまな名を残しておる。いわく神に背き神を喰らう悪魔。いわく世界の平和を拒む最悪。神とはすなわち沈まぬ月。沈まぬ月は108年ごとに赤く輝く。地上に死者を送る兆しだ。かの死者を人は月の巫女と呼ぶ。月の巫女は地上に神を復活させ、世界を浄化すると伝説にある。黒き魔物はそれを忌み嫌い、憎む。そして月の巫女を殺す。悲しき因果に果てはない。神は天空にとどまり続け、そして世界は混沌とあり続ける。
That's one of my favorites in the game. In English, at least. I guess I am a little bit detached because I don't understand what they're saying. I know what they're saying, but just because there's a language barrier. That's definitely the big trade-off. I love the voices in English, no matter how people feel about them. But I hate how slow the text boxes are. I just hate those text boxes. But on the other side, I can't read and make fun of the dialogue in JP. And it has everything else that I like, but I can't make fun of it as much. I can still try, but you know, I have to break out a translator just to try to make fun of it, man. The links I'm going through. But in a new battle system, it will work. Because I agree with many people that say that this game isn't made to play in a competitive sense because everything is so predictable and solid in numbers. There's no variety in to make it work in a competitive versus setting. And I think that would be the key thing to get down, is to find out how to make this game work in a competitive versus setting. Because this game, I believe that this game has all the tools to become one of the greatest of modern times. They just need somebody to pull the trigger. That's just my belief. It has all the tools in place that just need refinement. They just need refinement. This is the first game. Not all first games are great or perfect, but this is a first game and it's done pretty damn good for itself. Imagine what a second game would have been like. To have all this shit smoothened out, to have the jank smoothened out, have the combat speed sped up, smoothened out, have more options, more obstacles to overcome. There's just so much potential that just got left on the table. And in my opinion, we've already missed out because we missed out on the PS2 era. And the PS2 era is something that just can't be replicated. But between PS1 and PS2 is a huge leap. And PS2 it's not that big of a leap to PS3, but it's a leap enough. And it's just that we lost out on the PS2 era. That is such a good era. Think of how many dope games came out on the PS2. Just think about that style. The PS2 is the definition of a PlayStation game. You know, PS2 is what is kind of like the basis for modern games to this day. There's a certain loneliness that feels nice, if you get what I mean. Like if I don't press anything here, there's a certain loneliness that feels nice to be left to your own devices. There's a certain void that feels perfect. And that's what the PS2 was in a sense. PS1 was kind of, could be that way. I mean, that's the PS1 gave us this, and this is what I feel is that way. You know? But the PS2 was just a bit more of a, games have evolved, you know. Kind of like Sega, not Sega Dreamcast, yeah, Dreamcast, Sega Dreamcast. Dreamcast was like that, but I feel like Dreamcast had more arcade style games. I think PS2 was like the real, you know, the prime of all those systems. PS2, I feel like was the top. May not have the best graphics, may not have the best, you know, whatever the hell you want to throw in there. But as far as capturing a childhood, capturing nostalgia, capturing what people expect out of video games, PS2 is the pinnacle. In my opinion. In my opinion. Just before this sensation that it captures. It captured that feeling to put you in the world, and while it isn't big enough to make the world as grand as it wants to be, it does make for a sense of adventure and wanting to find out what's beyond this seemingly secluded space. Like, I don't know if I can make sense out of it. Like, one game that's popped into my mind is not a game that I particularly like very well. It's Samurai, Way of the Samurai. Like, I didn't think that that game was, up to my speed. But even that game captured that sensation. Like, there's a world in place, and there's a certain element that is leaving me to my own devices, leaving me to discover what's coming next. And I can kind of see the limitations, but it's just enough that's keep pulling away that makes me wonder, well, how many paths are there to before I reach that limitation? You know, similar to, I guess, like games like Resident Evil 4. I've never played it, by the way. It's just like a marvel to see games that, like, it's so old and you can see the limitations, and it kind of leaves you to wonder, how much can they put into this game? What is left for me to discover? And it's just that mystery that's there, where everything that you discover feels like a huge victory, a huge triumph. To discover every little minuscule thing feels so rewarding. Whereas you come to nowadays, when you find stuff, you expect it. You expect discovery, and you expect it so much to the point where it's saturated, and you overlook it and you don't pay it any attention. When you discover things in old games, specifically the PS2, you just look like, God damn, how do I do this? Where do I go to look for this? What does it do? What's the effects? Blah, 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 blah. You want to know at that moment, what trophy do you just receive? You picked up a piece of scrap metal and you think like, oh, damn. Damn, is this sick? Is this sick or what? You pick up things in new games, you're just like, okay, well, this is like crafting material, okay, this is that, blah, 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 blah. We missed out on a PS2 Legend of Dragoon. That's what I'm coming down to again. We missed out on that. And that's something that we can never get. No matter what happens, we can never get that PS2 Legend of Dragoon that got canceled. But the next best thing that we can get is something that tries to capture the roots of this game and not try to copycat other games out there. We need that same passion, in my personal opinion. In my personal opinion, that's what I would want the most, is just try to recapture the direct soul of this game. Take it and just try to reinvent it. Just reinvent the flesh. We don't need to touch the skeleton. We just need to reinvent the flesh. And that's personally why I am a fan of Blue Point games. And it may be a dream, and it may never happen. But good grief, man, if it does. Good grief, man, if it does. Because I think that is the next best thing for something that we missed out on, that we can never get back, is for them to do the blessing. But we just have to wait and see, and who's to say? It may never happen. But regardless of what happens, I just want to say that everybody is wonderful in their own way, beautiful souls, don't let yourself become corrupt and bitter over something. Just one thing that this game has cultivated is the appreciation of nature and some ambience and just the quality of 90s 90s life. Not just the quality of 90s life. Like all of my 90s babies that's rolling with me, we are all representations, for the new generation. And we gotta all maintain that and be leaders. Gotta be leaders. We can't let ourselves falter. We gotta be leaders in our own right. And just don't let bitterness ever overtake you, because there's bigger, better things and more things to appreciate in life. And that's one thing at the very least that we can say is that as a community, we are all humble, respectful, polite, genuine, authentic, 90s kick-ass motherfuckers who is cool as a mug. And we are going to try our damnedest to make others recognize what helped cultivate us this way. But we're gonna do it in a classy way, because that's how we move, baby. That's how we roll, baby. And that's how we rock. So that's all I wanted to say. We missed out on the PS2. Oh, okay. I'm gonna skip this. So y'all not gonna see this. I'm gonna skip the cutscene.